Hello there, how are you doing? Here it's Adrian again for another exciting video of Grade Time 5, Unit 4. This is the second video of a series of videos, okay? And in this video, we are going to focus on grammar, okay? The difference between used to versus would to refer to a past action, okay? So some sentences were taken from the text that you read about the lion lights. Okay, do you remember the text? All right, so let's take a look at number 1. Look here. Complete these sentences about the article on page 39 with the words in the list. Then complete the rule by choosing the correct options. So here we have 4 sentences that were taken from the article, okay, or at least they are according to the article. Let's take a look at the verbs. We have play, attack, exist, and guard. Okay, and then we have number 1, a conflict used to between the farmers and the lions. Number 2, the lions would often at night. Number 3, Richard used to with things to see how they worked. And number 4, every night Richard would his father's bull. Okay, so I would like you now to pause this video, go back to the text on the previous page, and try to find the best way to complete these sentences using the words here, okay? So, see you in a minute. Okay, we're back. So did you have time to complete? So let's take a look at this one. A conflict used to between the farmers and the lions. So a conflict used to exist between the farmers and the lions, okay? Let's see this way. I think this way is better. So a conflict used to exist between the farmers and the lions. The lions would often at night, what would they do at night? They would often attack at night. Number 3, Richard used to with things to see how they worked. Used to play with things, okay? To see how they worked. And number 4, every night Richard would guard his father's bull. Let's check. So everything is correct. Well done. Take a look at these words here. A conflict used to exist. The lions would often attack at night. Richard used to play. Every night Richard would guard. So all of these words used to plus the verb, would, verb, used to, verb, they refer to something in the future, present, or past. That's the question here. They refer to the past. Let's see some questions about it, okay? Look here. A conflict used to exist between the farmers and the lions. So used to exist. First question. Was there a conflict in the past? Yes, so the conflict was not today. The conflict was in the past. Is there a conflict these days in the present? No. So we are pretty sure that the action was common in the past. Let's take a look at the second sentence. The lions would often attack at night. So, how many times did the lion attack happen in the past? Once or several times? So here we can see that it was several times because this was a habit of the lions to attack at night. So how many times did the lion attack happen? Several times. So it was a habit, a continuous action that happened in the past. Okay? Do lion attacks still happen? This is another question. What do you think? No, because this is something that happened in the past, but nowadays it doesn't happen anymore. So these are the key questions that we should ask ourselves when we're talking about used to and would. This is something that happened in the past, but it's no longer valid. It doesn't happen nowadays anymore. okay? And also this is something that was happening more than one time in the past, okay? Maybe several times. Let's take a look at this. So, used, number one, used to versus would. One, used to expresses a past habit, something that you did in the past, or state that is no longer true today. Okay? Something that you used to do that was a habit or a state in the past, and today is no longer true. For example, my mom used to run marathons. Is this a fact in the present or in the past? This is a fact in the past. Does she run marathons today, my mom? No, that's no longer true today. Okay? Number two, would expresses a frequently repeated routine or behavior, something that I would do as a routine. For example, he would travel to the beach every summer. That was a routine in the past. Is this about the present? No, this is something that is no longer true today, but that was true in the past, and that was a routine of this person. He would travel to the beach every summer. Number three, used to is used with both action and stative verbs. We're going to see in a minute what is a stative verb, okay? But we can say that we used to walk a lot. This is an action verb, okay, that expresses an action. And so used is used with this kind of verb. But also used is used with stative verbs, like you used to be happy. The verb be doesn't express an action, but it's a state, okay? The verb to be. And used to is used with both verbs, action verbs and stative verbs, okay? So we used to walk a lot. It means that in the past it was a habit, but it's no longer true anymore. And you used to be happy, the same. It refers to a past condition, but it's no longer true today. Number four, would is only used with action verbs. So this is the difference between used to and would. While used to can be used with both action and stative verbs, would is only used with action verbs. For example, Kim would eat healthy food all the time. So this was a frequently repeated routine or behavior of Kim's behavior, okay? But it's no longer true today. So it's something that happened in the past, okay? And number five, would is not used to talk about past states. Okay, so she would live in Los Angeles. No, that's not good. So you say she used to live in Los Angeles. Okay, now let's go back to the rule and then do some activities about it. Okay, here in the book, how can we complete this table here with the rule that we have just seen? To talk about habits and continuous actions in the past, we can use used to or would. Let's see, remember the difference between both of them? We use with both action and stative verbs. Which one? Used to. Used to we can use with both action and stative verbs. We only use would with action verbs. We use both would and used to with repeated actions, okay? So when we want to refer to a repeated action or a routine that we had in the past, we can use would or used to. But used to can be used with action and stative verbs, and would with only action verbs, okay? Let's take a look at some more stative verbs to make this concept a little bit clearer for you, okay? Okay, here, stative verbs. So a stative verb, a stative refers to a state or condition which is not changing or likely to change. Okay? If we think of an action verb, eat, jump, play, this implies some kind of action, okay? But here is a condition which is not changing or likely to change. For example, be, love, hate, like, see, hear, sound. think when this thing means to have an opinion? What do you think about it? So this is a stative verb. Mind, meaning care about. I don't mind going to the, okay, mind. Recognize, sim, have, meaning own. I have a car, for example. This is a stative verb. Prefer, doubt, consist of, mean. All of them, and many more, are examples of stative verbs. Okay, let's see here. And the action or dynamic verbs, they describe actions we can take or things that happen. For example, eat, drink, go, type, read, write, listen, speak, watch, say, grow, work, sleep, cook, and talk. Okay, so all of them are dynamic or action verbs. And why this concept is important, the difference between stative and action, because we have to know it if we want to use used to or would with repeated routine actions in the past. Okay, now take a look at this activity number 2 in your book. Okay, so I'm going to give you some time for you to choose whether you use used to, would, or both. All right, you have to circle in your book, okay, or circle in your paper. What do you think is the best one here? Be careful. Think about which verb is an action verb and which verb is a stative verb. Okay, so pause the video now and take some time to do it. Okay, are you ready for us to take a look at it and correct it? So how did you do it? Okay, let's take a look. Manual, used to live, would live, or both are possible. In Oaxaca, I don't know how to pronounce that, when he was younger. Manual, used to, or would. Okay. This is used to, because live is a stative verb. Okay, so we have to use used to, the stative verb, not an action verb. Okay, so Manuel used to live in Oaxaca when he was younger. If it were an action verb, we could use used to or would, but in this case, only used to is possible. Elena fixed bicycles in her garage every weekend. Is fix a stative verb or an action verb? It's an action verb. So in this case, we can use both used to or would. Okay, good. Number 3, my sister used to, would, or both be afraid of the dark. Be, as you know, is a stative verb. So in this case, used to, only used to is possible. Okay, every Saturday we play baseball. So this is an action verb, so both are possible. All right, holiday dinners with my family last for hours. Last is not an action verb, it's a stative verb, so used to last for hours. And my cousins join us at the lake in the summer. Used to or would, both are possible because join is an action verb. Okay, the only thing here is that last, according to the answer in the book, is being considered to be an action verb. Okay, but it seems to me that it's a stative verb, to last. Last hours, last 1 hour, last 2 hours. But let's try again, only this one. Okay, try again. So let's put here would last. No, so it's both. Would and, okay, would and. So let's do here. Here's both too. All right. So, but anyway, this is the idea. You have to know the difference between stative and action verbs. Okay. Now we have another activity here. Write a question for each answer given. So we have here, like, I used to go swimming at the beach. Where did you used to go swimming? So I used to go swimming at the beach. Here, so you use did you, and here, because you're using the word did, you don't use used. You use use, okay? Use. Number 1. She would finish her homework before dinner. Also, when? When, because it's before dinner. When would she finish her homework? When would she finish her homework? She would finish her homework before dinner. So you have to know the word, the beginning, which is when, because the answer is before dinner. Okay. My favorite meal used to be the pepperoni pizza. So what used to be your favorite meal? What used to be your favorite meal? Here don't need did you use, because it's a direct question as what used to be your favorite meal? My favorite meal used to be pepperoni pizza. Before I changed to baseball, I used to play soccer. So what did you use? What did you use to play before you changed to baseball? What do you used to play before you changed to baseball? Before I changed to baseball, I used to play soccer. Do they seem all right for you? Let's check. Oh, well done. Very, very good. Okay, this one requires a lot of thinking. Okay. And now finally, what about this one here? Where did you use here. Work with a partner. Discuss these things. 2 things that used to be true about you and they're not true anymore. Okay, let's think about me. I used to play in a rock band when I was a teenager. I used to sing in a rock band, but I'm not anymore. Now I don't have a rock band anymore. I just do some DJing, okay? But not as a singer, as a DJ. Another thing, I used to go to my grandma's house when I was a little kid, but not anymore because my grandma is not present anymore with us, okay? 2 things that you used to do regularly. Well, I used to go to a chess competition after school. I like to play chess with my friends and participate in tournaments and competitions, but not anymore. And I used to go to the club with my friends, but not anymore. Nowadays I don't go to the club. And what about you? What did you used to do when you were a kid? 2 things that were true about you, and 2 things that you used to do regularly. Okay? Don't forget, if you have your book with you, go to the workbook, page 36, to do some activities about this topic. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.